Hi, I'm Michael Boyajian, and I'm going to be talking about books again that I've written or are going to write. Many of my books are on hold right now because of a hand injury, which hopefully will heal quickly, and I'll be back grinding out the books. Rather than talk about that have already been put in print, I'll talk about some that I'm planning to bring out. And one is the book titled "Readers, Writers, or Bibliophiles: Mike and Jerry's Life with Books." And yes, when we started dating, right off the bat, we were out there visiting every weekend. Inevitably, we'd visit bookstores out there on the North Shore of Long Island. And our favorite was in Port Jefferson, called Good Times. Terrific bookstore, terrific owners, and they would pop up everywhere. We'd go in every September. Manhattan is beautiful on a sunny September day, and they used to have what was called the Sixth Avenue Book Fair, which ran for I don't know how many blocks, but it was all about books. And we would always run into the Good Time owners and chit chat a little bit. But before Jerry and I met, when I was a kid, yes, my uncle Gary did give me books. He gave me a 1917 edition of a Jack London book. He gave me a book on Genghis Khan, which was an eye opener. And anyhow, but in my hometown of Hicksville, we had the bookmobile, like many other districts had, and it was terrific. When you walked out, it was like, there's the bookmobile. It was time to go inside of it into a magic world. It even had its own smell. I can't describe it. Books and mechanical smells, but and they always had something good for you in there. Anyhow, and the other thing that they used to have when I was very young was the Scholastic Company would visit all the classrooms with their paperbacks. And all the paperbacks had a fresh smell to them. It was amazing. And again, you'd catch up on the classics of literature for pennies. I mean, it was amazing for a kid to have that kind of access. And the one thing I really liked about them is at one point they put out their books in with green paper that they said was easy on the eye. I don't know if that was true or not, but it was really cool to have a book with green paper instead of white paper. The other thing was the town library. It was terrific. People say, "Oh, you didn't have all the stuff we had in our wealthy town." I'm like, "Hey, don't kid yourself." I used to immerse myself in that library. Down into the bowels I'd go, into the stacks, and I always ended up with these Civil War books that I cannot find today. I've gotten close, but not reached that perfection of these beautiful, large, oversized books filled with colorful pictures of the Civil War. Not to make light of the casualties, but they were beautifully illustrated. I can't get anywhere near them, no matter where I look. But the other thing I'll mention before I sign off is the junior high library. Nobody really knew about it, that it even existed. Somehow I had to do a term paper on nuclear weapons, of all things. I became an expert on nuclear weapons when I was a junior high, but I came upon the school library, and it was, my memory is correct, it was glass enclosed. It was like a magical glass enclosed library. Anyhow, what I discovered there were the young adult titles. And boy, they were fun. They were easy to read, fun books. And the one I will never forget is about this group of people who were out west in the mountains in the winter, and either they were fighting wildfires, which I'm not sure about, or avalanches or something. They were out there, and they were a rescue patrol, whatever. And the one thing they always had when they had a break was a hot cup of coffee filled with sugar. Many spoonfuls of sugar. Okay, so that got me into the habit of having coffee and with lots of sugar for a very long time. I not until I met Jerry did I, my ex-wife, not my ex-wife, my late wife, did I give up putting sugar in coffee. I don't drink. I just drink it with milk. In fact, at one point I was drinking it black, but I couldn't handle that. But anyhow. That's the story, and again, the book is titled Readers, Writers, or Bibliophiles, Mike and Jerry's Life with Books. Okay? Bye.